Bennett Melt is basically the new MrBeast. If MrBeast was a young, handsome Canadian with significantly less money. While many people know him from being a part of the group channel Family Friendly, Bennett has been making YouTube videos his entire life. He recently started a new channel, and in less than 5 months, he has almost 400,000 subscribers. Somehow, he also managed to get a girlfriend off a YouTube dating show. Oh wait, that's me. Did you go to college thinking, oh, this might fail and you need a backup, or why were you still getting a degree?
My dad forced me to go to college. I went to college. I sucked at college because all I was doing was making YouTube videos the whole time.
Like MrBeast.
Yeah, my first semester I had 5 classes. I failed 3 of them. I think I always had this, like, maybe not unrealistic belief, but I always had this belief in myself that no matter what, it was going to work out. When I first met Andrea on the dating show, she said she was atheist.
Did I say that?
I truly think you're like a gift from God to me.
How do you think you've changed since last year, since before we've met?
I'm the happiest I've ever been in my life. Before you, I was very miserable. I've never been on a podcast before.
Wait, really?
Yeah, you guys are taking my podcast virginity.
Andrea is.
You guys are
What do you
popping.
mean?
You guys are popping my podcast
Oh my
cherry.
God, it's too early for this. My brain is not working.
It is 9:30 a.m. This is the earliest we've ever recorded a podcast. You may be asking, why am I wearing a fur coat? It's very cold in here.
I woke up Bennett 10 minutes before leaving the house. I think he's still half asleep.
I am. My eyes were like halfway open.
I know, it's really funny.
I was up till 1 a.m.
Why
Doing
were you
what?
up so late?
Okay, so it's Halloween, and so my friends and I decided for Halloween to celebrate, we would play Halloween themed slots.
Oh God. Bennett loves gambling so much, and that's not the note we should start this episode on, but I love that he just gets on Discord with all his friends, and whenever it's someone's birthday, they all donate money and they just do slots together.
Hey, listen, we got up to $1,800 last night.
And then where'd you end?
0, but
That's
no, listen,
always how it
no,
goes.
listen. We got up to 8, so we all put 200 each in honor of Halloween, and then we played Halloween themed slots only. But we started with 800 because only 4 of us bought in. We got up to 1,800. We pulled out our 200 buy-in, which gave us $1,000 of free play, and then we lost $1,000. But we broke even.
How do you feel about that?
That was
Andrea?
responsible. We took our money out.
There's Halloween celebration. There's going to be Christmas. There's going to be Hanukkah.
Oh no, there's Christmas
gonna be
themed
Thanksgiving.
everything.
They just need an excuse to gamble, I think, is what it is. Do you have any
Andrea,
advice for the gamblers
You're
in the
the
house?
only non-gambler.
I
in
know.
the
I don't know
household.
how. I used to be the
Soon.
most degenerate, and somehow
What do
I'm
you
the
mean
only.
You were the most degenerate.
I feel like growing up, I was always the chaotic one who'd get us in trouble, but now I live with 2 gamblers.
We're not
We're not-
gamblers.
Yeah.
It's a hobby and we enjoy it. It's like you making music. You're on there making music all
You might
day.
spend more making music than we spend gambling.
Uh-huh. And and so far we're making more. Soon you'll be making more, but right now we're making more gambling.
I don't think it's really funny because whenever Bennett does a boys trip to Vegas or something, I'm like, how'd it go? He's like, well, like, I had this $1,000 to gamble because it was free because I don't know. He's like, I saved it from some other gambling, and he always somehow twists the story that he makes money, and at the end of the day, he always loses his money.
Well, technically, I didn't lose money because when I went to Vegas with your sister, I won a lot of
that's
money.
the logic. It's always like,
And then I took the money I won with your sister as free money to play with my friends in Vegas.
So how much did you win and how much do you have left?
With you, I won $11,000 through poker. And then I had this big wad of cash. I actually deposited most of the money into my bank account and kept it in my bank because Nathan wanted to gamble with my money, but he couldn't pull out enough cash because his bank kept declining his card. So I gave him $5,000, and then he transferred me $5,000. So technically, I only lost half of the money I won.
So you lost everything that you gambled with.
No, Nathan lost the cash, but he put the money in my bank account. So it was like a bank.
The remaining of the 11,000 subtracting 5,000, where did the 6,000 go?
I think he gave me 6 total, so I think it was 5.
And where did the money that you gambled with go?
Into a good time, and
I felt bad taking it from the casino, so I was like, here, have some back.
Okay, point proven. Whenever Bennett gambles, he loses his money.
That's true. But I do go with money I'm okay with losing. It's like,
Of course.
It's like we spent how much money to go to Burning Man and have a good time
That
for
was
a day or
practically
two.
a trip to the casino.
That's like what I do. It's just I'm going to a casino and giving the money to them instead of giving it to a plane to take us to the desert.
I have no comment. He's still up technically.
We should not be condoning.
Technically, I'm still
Is
up.
condoning the right word?
It is.
Yeah.
You're like
We
my
should not
mother
be
right
condoning
now.
this
My hot
behavior.
mother.
Oh, also my last rant before we get into the thing. I've never seen Bennett talk about sports. Bennett, he loves cooking. He loves most things.
Because
but
he
I
has
would
no one
say,
to talk about sports with.
I don't.
No,
Where
I'm
did you
not-
pull that out this morning? He was like, "Oh, you know," because this guy, our producer, was wearing a Dodger shirt, and he's like, "Are you watching the World Series?" And then he started talking all the sports talk, and I was like, "That's not Bennett."
Okay, it's a big thing.
Did you just fart?
No.
If that was a
Did you
fart,
feel that?
I did. It was
That
like
felt like an earthquake.
it was like a shockwave that hit my asshole.
No, I didn't.
Was it the
You
couch?
know what? Wait,
You guys are blaming me. Are you getting? Is this a bit
This
you
was caught
prepared?
on
No, I
camera.
thought it was.
I know you guys are clearly.
no, don't you
gaslighting me.
gaslight us. I know that you.
I feel like you guys talked about this before the pod.
that was.
That was our plan. Make Alex fart on the.
Well, Alex has farted on Bennett multiple times.
Not multiple times. It was only once.
No, I mean there was the hike, and then when we came home, and then at the house.
No, well, it wasn't.
Which one of Alex? Can you rank Alex's farts?
No,
Which
we're
one
not doing this.
was?
Andrea
the
farts
fartiest.
too.
She does as well.
Yeah.
Okay, but you've been a victim. Like Alex has like unleashed tsunamis on you. Like I
That's
want
not
to know
true.
which
It wasn't a
one
tsunami,
you had
it
to
was a
build
sh-
your
it was-
house back up after.
It was one headshot one time.
No, it was a chest. Like it was like direct impact, blow to the stomach, 18 gauge shotgun.
How soon in our relationship did Alex start farting on you?
That's dude. Stop making it sound like on you. It's like within a vicinity. I don't like
No,
sit on
it's like
Bennett
you're
and
right
fart.
here and Bennett's right here.
It was like two months in, but it just shows how comfortable Alex was around me and how quickly we all became a family.
Well, so like farting on Andrea, I enjoy because it really annoys her. With you, I just had a really clean shot, and I thought,
No, it
how
was-
often do you get this opportunity?
It was
Because we were
insane.
going up the stairs.
No, it was when we were going through the
Upstairs.
gate to your house. I was genuinely
Yeah.
this close to you. I felt the air pressure. It was like a, I don't know. It was like when when you shoot a paintball gun, but there's no bullets inside of it, and you
Yeah,
feel
it's
the
just
air.
the air.
It was like that, but like times 10.
My entire life, this is what I've had to deal with, and I'm just happy that
Oh,
someone else endures the
please.
pain now.
The reason I stopped wrestling with you when you were a kid is because you farted on my face.
I was a kid, and you're an adult woman. There's a difference.
What are you, an adult? I was like 13.
No, I'm saying right now.
The sports thing, it's because it's like the biggest thing in Canada right now. So anytime I text my dad, this is always talking to me about. It's because the Dodgers is the Los Angeles baseball team, and then Canada has a team called the Blue Jays, and the World Series is like the final game before like the one team wins the whole thing. And the Dodgers won the World Series last year, but this year, this is the first year that Canada has even reached this far in baseball
We're not good at baseball.
since 1993. It's been what, 32 years or whatever the math is on that. So like it's like the biggest thing in the world in Canada right now that they're this far.
What city is the Blue Jays?
Toronto.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is this like reigniting a sense of Canadian patriotism for you?
No, the real reason I'm really into it too is because I bought a trading card with the Dodgers.
It all comes
On it.
back to gambling.
It's not gambling, it's investing.
It's a collection.
I bought a card, a Dodgers trading card, an anime Luffy One Piece trading card for $1,000. And if I wanted to sell it, I could sell it for $2,000 right now.
Wow.
And
I've
if-
doubled.
And you could take that money to the casino
And I
and
could
go
take
back
that money
to
to the
breaking
casino.
even.
Yes, but I'm going to hold it. I think it'll be worth tens of thousands.
Wait, will the value go down if Canada doesn't do well?
No, it's not Canada.
it's
the other
Dodgers.
team.
Oh, so will it go down
I think
if
I-
Dodgers doesn't do well?
I think it could go down a little bit, but I think I hold for like 10 years. I think this card could be worth tens of thousands of dollars. It's also a PSA 10 for
And
everybody who
I
likes
heard that
stuff.
Canada was booing the national anthem.
Apparently, he said it was like during a hockey game, like Canadian national team versus American, and then we got smoked.
Damn.
know.
Do you still talk to your Canadian friends?
Sometimes, yeah, I'd say like once, twice, like 3 times a year, or whenever I go back home.
How do they feel about Americans?
I think Canada, for people who aren't like in America, has like such a skewed perception of America because they just see everything on the news. A lot of like, I remember when like the tariffs hit, they went so extreme that like every single item at like grocery stores or like the LCBO, that's like our alcohol store, that was shipped from America or made in America, they took it off the shelves.
Why? Just to prove
Because of like
point?
the tariffs or
I remember
something.
that.
Yeah. I don't
They
know.
wanted to protest against
Yeah.
America. I remember when we moved back to America from Canada and I was in middle school, all of my friends kept saying, "Oh, I'm so worried you're gonna get shot."
Oh yeah, it's
Well, that's
to
actually not
Canada,
funny,
it's like the
honestly.
most dangerous place in the world.
Yeah.
When you moved from Canada to LA, what surprised you most about moving to America?
And how old were you when you moved to LA and why?
I moved, I think I was like 19 or 20. It was just YouTube.
Like 10 years ago.
Yeah, 10 years ago. Just for YouTube and stuff.
And what surprised you the most? Was there any like culture shock? Or I'm assuming that you dreamed of this place. Like you wanted to do YouTube since you were so young that LA was probably like you made it.
Well, yeah, I was like my biggest dream as a kid was just to move to California to do YouTube. It's kind of cool. And then it's also cool too because it's like you're from this small ass town in Ottawa, Canada. So it's like nobody from there makes it out to like California. Everybody kind of just stays there and starts a family and stuff. Actually, that's what the YouTuber Wolfie Raps was also from Ottawa. He came to my house when I was 17 and gave me merch because I want to give away.
What age did you decide you want to become a YouTuber?
I don't know, but I was always obsessed with YouTube. It was like all I watched was just YouTube. I remember because now YouTube's like just recommended feed, but back in the day, people used to use their sub box when you'd watch YouTube. And I remember I'd come
Wait,
home
what
from
was the sub box?
like subscriptions. You know, when you subscribe to somebody, they didn't have like a good home recommended page back then. So when you wanted to watch your favorite
and
YouTubers,
subscribers actually mattered.
they
back
mattered.
then.
So like when you wanted to watch a new video or see when somebody uploaded, you would go to your sub box and scroll through those videos and see who uploaded that you subscribed to. Now I don't think a single person ever goes on your sub box. It's just your home recommended. But
Do you think subscribers still matter?
no, not at all. They got inflated by shorts or short form content. I don't think subs matter. I think subs matter maybe to brands because they see these big channels and they're like, oh, this guy's important. But I think to like,
Do you think they should care about that?
no, they should look at the views, like how many views each video gets and base it off of that. Subs literally don't matter at all anymore.
This was one of our hot takes last pod, so I'm glad that you're on the same page as us.
Is Andrea on the same page?
Okay, I understand the argument as in follower count doesn't matter, but for YouTube, I still feel like subscribers shows a sense of loyalty, like especially when you're growing a new channel. And I still think part of it does represent people who are there for you. So I think it depends. Like if it's Instagram or TikTok, I would say followers don't really mean anything, but I don't know if I agree with it on YouTube.
I agreed with that to the point. If a channel only has long form videos, if a channel only has long form videos and they get to like 1 million subscribers, that's huge. There's so many channels on YouTube that have like tens of millions of subscribers now. But if they try to upload a long form video, they won't get more than 100K. That's just because like it's just inflated from subs. It's subs that don't matter. So I think actually to agree with Andrea to an extent, if a channel has a good amount of subscribers, but no shorts, like just long form videos, then I think that's huge. That shows like a really loyal audience. But shorts audience is not like a genuine real audience that's there for you.
Okay, so going back, you were watching YouTube all the time as a kid. When did you first start editing videos?
I like how you talk to me in your podcast voice.
I'm sorry.
I like this. When you,
I know, it's very
like an interview
different.
voice.
Why didn't you call Andrea out for it?
It was, I don't know.
Because I'm better at it.
No, you guys, I love it. Just let's talk like we're at the house farting
Because
all
we're
the
like
time.
trying to interview you at the same time.
No, it's
so
cool. I
always
haven't been
weird
around. The only time I've been around you guys in like content mode is maybe
when
in
Alex
Paris.
is farting on you.
Can you stop? You're just as farty.
Okay,
very
answer
farty.
Alex's question. So
Did I tell you the time Andrea had a pimple on her butt?
Dude,
You did.
stop.
big.
Yeah, you did. You already exposed everything that there's
Like a mountain.
We don't need to talk about the same story
you know when you're
twice.
sailing and there's a lighthouse
Yeah.
with a beacon of light?
Yeah, it would
that
spin.
beacon
Wait,
was.
how did Bennett
Her,
even hear
her
about
butt cheek
this?
pimple.
Yeah.
Can we go
Yeah.
back to the interview?
Okay, I
Fill
was
up my
just
questions.
curious. When did you actually start editing videos?
So from 15 to 17, I just made like montages of like my Call of Duty clips. And then when I was 17, I joined a team called Dare Rising. If you were there back in the day, that's a pretty big deal. And then I started making videos with my face when I was 17. And then it became a full-time career when I was 19. I started profiting on it when I was
Damn.
19.
But when you were 19, you also went to college, right?
Yeah, I went to college for 1 full year, and then I dropped
where'd
out.
you go to college? I didn't know.
Oh, I went to this. The only college I could get into was in Toronto, in the Toronto area. It was like community college called Durham College. It was like a small, random community college because it was the only one I could get into.
Was it a good vibe or was it a little
It was
sad?
a dope. No, it was a dope vibe because it was like 4 hours away. So I moved there into like a dorm. And then my roommate Alex was super dope. He was from Africa. The friend group I had in college was like just such a dope group of people, and I still talk to them. So I think it was awesome. It was such an amazing experience being like in dorms with them.
But back to the career thing. So you said that by 19 you were doing YouTube full time. So did you go to college thinking, oh, this might fail and you need a backup, or why were
No,
you still getting a degree?
My dad forced me to go to college. He was just like, you have to go to college. So I went to college. I sucked at college because all I was doing was making YouTube videos the whole time. Like
MrBeast.
Yeah, my first semester I had 5 classes. I failed 3 of them.
Why are you taking your shoe off while you do
I'm
Andrea, he needs
I'm
to air out his
fidgeting.
hog.
First it was this. Well, he talks. Okay, sorry.
I need something to do with my
I
fingers.
will bring you a stress toy. Here.
Yeah, give him a
it's
fidget.
made out of rock. Never
give me it.
mind. It's not really like it's made out of clay. If
Just
you
let
break
him
this,
have it.
I like the touch.
catch. Let's see your sports. Good
See
job.
that?
Okay, continue.
No, my first semester of college, I had 5 classes and I failed 3 of them. I would bring my laptop to class and I would just edit my Fortnite videos in class the whole time because I was grinding. So I didn't have time to do the schoolwork. But it wasn't.
Were you making money already then? Or?
No, I was just like kind of all in. Like, this is what
But did you feel like you would? Or?
Yeah, I think I always had like this, like,
No,
Maybe-
he's
I know, I
fidgeting
can't
with
take
it
you
on
seriously
his
while you scratch your head with a doggy toy.
I think I always had this, like, maybe not unrealistic belief, but I always had this belief in myself that no matter what, it was going to work out. And I
How
feel
did
like
you convince your parents to believe that too? Because your dad still was like,
they never
when did they believe you?
They never believed me until I made money off of it. But my dad was just kind of logical. He just wanted me to not, because it's like, to any parent above our generation, it's like, oh, my kid wants to do YouTube. It's like, from them, it's like, oh, my kid wants to be a movie star, you know? So it's
No,
like,
of
he didn't,
course.
you thought I was just a goofball until I actually made money. But then when the month I made,
How old were you when you made money?
I was 19. It was December 2nd, 2019. I had 20,000 subscribers. Christmas Day I had 150,000 subscribers.
Wow.
Because one of my videos popped off and it just started going well. And that month I made 20,000 Canadian, which was like the most money I've ever made in my
Were
life.
you the richest man in Canada?
Yeah, like everybody in Ottawa was like, is this the prime minister? And then I showed my dad the money and he was like, okay, yeah, you should pursue this. So he let me take a gap year and pursue YouTube. And then I just never didn't do YouTube.
Wow. What did it feel like when you made money?
It was so sick. It was the coolest thing ever. I got everybody $100 gift cards for Christmas that year.
Your
Who's
family?
everyone?
My sisters and my dad and my stepmom. But
That's
it was
really
cool.
sweet.
It was
That was
sick.
back when he didn't know about the casino, or when it wasn't legal to go to the casino.
Before I became a gambling addict.
What I find so funny is I hear stories from Bennett's mom and dad, and like in middle school, high school, you would be editing your YouTube videos until 4, 6 a.m. And then Bennett's mom he would sleep through the day. And his mom was always really supportive and like would call in sick because she saw
Aw.
like
Sometimes.
he'd be editing all night.
Not
Yeah, not
editing.
all
Well,
the
no,
time.
back then it was more gaming. And editing too and stuff and making videos. Mostly through high school, it was grinding, just trying to hit trick shots and then make videos about that.
Which I find it so funny that your mom like never questioned it. And then I guess your
And
dad
chill.
was a little more strict. But
Dad was super strict. Dad was like, my dad doesn't still know any of this. So if he watches this episode, he'll find out a lot.
Wait, do your parents watch? Does your dad watch your videos?
He watches every video.
Okay, good.
Dad's like super
I know
supportive
Anne
of
doesn't
everything.
watch every video.
My mom watched one because you were in it.
I know.
My dad
Oh, man.
watches everything. He loves everything I do now.
Okay, cool. So
But
give
my dad's
the
house
spiel.
was more strict. Like mom let me kind of stay up until however I wanted, how much I wanted, and then go to sleep whenever I wanted and wake up. Dad was like, up until like 12th grade, I had to take up my phone and my laptop and my PS4 controllers to the kitchen because my bedroom was in the basement. I had to take up all my stuff to the kitchen by 10 p.m. so I could get like a full 8 hours sleep. But what Dad didn't know, and my stepmom didn't know, is that I had a secret iPhone hidden under my bed and a secret controller hidden under my bed. So every time they would tell me to go to sleep, I would stay up and watch YouTube and play video games. Sorry, Dad.
The funny thing is that I did the exact same thing, and my
With what?
dad also, I guess he didn't have phones, I don't know, but he would always make me put my phone to charge downstairs in the kitchen before bed, and I couldn't bring it to bed, so I would just pull out my iPod at night.
Yeah, I had like the secret
We were bad
old
kids.
iPhone
Wow.
5 that I would watch YouTube videos on till like 2 in the morning. And then my parents, like, because I would wake up for high school on like 3 hours of sleep every day and then come home and just take a fat nap and be tired. And then my dad and my stepmom were like really concerned and like started doing blood work because I thought I had iron deficiencies and stuff because I was
Jesus.
always tired. But it was just because I stayed up till 3 a.m.
Did
every day.
you tell them the truth ever?
I don't think they know still.
So they just did all this blood tests on you and they didn't find out what was wrong?
They just thought I had an iron deficiency, and then I started taking iron and stuff. But
They made you take iron?
yeah, but now I still don't think they know. I guess
Well,
now
they're
they
gonna
do.
know now.
Yeah,
You're gonna get a stern talking to.
and then okay, and then also college. The year I failed 3 of my classes, they only think I failed 2
Oh god.
because I elemented the grades to make it seem like I didn't fail over half of my
God.
classes.
Which one was
It was lighting. I took a film class, so there was like
Yeah,
it was
what were you
lighting.
studying in
I
college?
took film because it was the closest thing to YouTube,
Okay,
so I had to
so-
pick
Did
something.
you learn anything useful?
No, because I just hated it. All I wanted to do was make YouTube videos. That's it. Like that's all I wanted to
mean,
do was entertain people.
It explains why you're so good at editing. Like
I mean, anybody would be so good at editing if they'd done it themselves for 10 years. You know, like I'm 25 now, but like I started editing my own YouTube videos when I was 15. You know, so it's like I feel like anybody doing something for a decade would get good at
how
it.
much of your videos being as good as they are do you think is the editing versus the storytelling and the packaging? How important is it?
I can't take you seriously thinking like a monkey.
I fidget so much.
Andrea,
I've
that's just his thinking face.
I have such insane like ADHD and like dopamine
I've never
problems.
noticed how bad it was until I've made you sit in a couch and
Yeah,
just stare
it's so
at you
bad.
for an hour.
I need to like do a dopamine detox.
Wait, sorry, continue.
I don't know. There's so many examples of like where editing doesn't even matter too much. For example, there's a channel called Killdozer who I think is like some of the best content on YouTube right now. And all his video is just him vlogging, doing cool stuff, and it's just cuts. There's like no editing. And then there's some videos. There's a guy named, I think his name's like Woozy or Woovy. He makes these like insane, overly edited videos that are just like a work of art and makes you feel like, holy shit, this was amazing. So I think it goes both ways because I think on the Killdozer end, I think people on YouTube are just craving like an authentic personality and like genuine content. I think so much of YouTube is like beastified and businessified where it's like I just ate this ass in 24 hours and it's like snap 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 and it's like I think people are just craving like just slower pace like genuine people being
Do you think
themselves
that's
and their
where it's gonna
personalities.
trend?
I think that's the next thing. I think people are craving authenticity and I think that's what people want and I've seen it on YouTube. Most authentic channels, maybe it's just my favorite, but I see it like, I mean, like Killdozer's videos are just him vlogging, being himself and doing food challenges. And, you know, he's getting millions of views and has gone up like 500,000 subscribers since I started watching him. I think, and then like my video on my new channel, like my most popular video on my new channel is mostly just a vlog. Like this, I kept in, it's like a hour-long video and most of that video is just
Which
me,
one?
the where I ate the TikTok foods for 3 days. That video mostly is just me talking to the camera and being myself. And it's not like it's barely edited, but it's my most popular video.
But it also has a really clickbait thumbnail.
It is a clickbait thumbnail and like a good clickable idea, but I think the people who clicked, you know, the retention's also really good on a video like that. I think it just shows people are just craving like authenticity and like genuine stuff. Like I don't think there's much of that on YouTube anymore.
Andrea, do you think being with Bennett has made you better at YouTube?
Well, first, yes. And I was going to add to Bennett's answer. It was minimal editing, but it still took you at least a month to edit. So it might be not as much crazy effects and stuff, but like there was a lot of footage.
Well, yeah, it was because there was 3 days of footage
Yeah.
to go through. That's why it took so
Like,
long.
I was gonna say, I never intentionally meant to have a YouTube boyfriend, but definitely having one was really convenient because I would see Bennett's process, and it was at the same time where I was trying to transition and find content that also felt more authentic, which is part of this podcast and everything else. And I would see Bennett film these videos that would take 3 days, and then he would spend 1 month just doing the editing. And he does all his cuts, and then he does his graphics, and then he does his sound effects. And he's so proud of his videos when he finishes. Like, he could watch them over like 2-3 times.
I do. Sometimes I go back and watch my own videos, and I feel like that's what you should upload. It's like,
yeah.
Because it's like art at the end of the day. It's like you should be proud
of
of
I love
like
how proud you are. Like,
you
it
know, the
makes
stuff
you
you're
so
making.
happy to watch them. And like, I've definitely learned a lot from that approach.
yeah.
Okay, before we go into the YouTube stuff, I wanted to finish your...
Yes.
Cannot take you seriously. I wanted to finish your life story. So you're in college.
Yeah.
Was there ever a time that you doubted whether YouTube would work and thought you might have to study something that you could actually get a job in?
No, I would have gone homeless. 100%.
What about the cooking story? Because I thought it was so funny that I asked, what were you actually interested in school? And he's like, if I had to pick a major, it would have been cooking.
I liked cooking growing up. I thought cooking was cool, but it was like once I like got into YouTube and like entertainment, it was like, dude, this is what I'm gonna do, and there's nothing else. I would have found some form of like entertaining people.
Okay, so the cooking career path was never an actual backup. I really
No,
thought
I
that
don't
you
think I
would've-
ever had a backup. It was just like this has to work, or else I'm living in Anne's basement for the rest of my life until it works.
It's crazy. One of the things I always admire about you is how confident you are in your path, even when you're going through ups and downs.
Well, I think with that too, it's like, I mean, I've always like believed in like God my whole life. So I think that is like, just like whatever's meant to happen is meant to happen. Like, you know, it's like God's plan. And, I've always had this like maybe unrealistic belief that like, no matter what, everything's going to work out. Like growing up is just like, when I thought about YouTube, it's like, I didn't know how it was going to work out. I just knew it was going to work out. And I think you should always have that childlike belief with the things you do. Maybe that's dangerous, I don't know, but you only have one life, so.
And when was it tested the most?
Like, what do you mean?
Like, maybe there was never a moment when you thought that YouTube wouldn't work out, but what was a trying time that you had to get through?
I mean, like, it was like, I mean, before it worked out, it was like a grind, you know, like, during college, my dad was paying for my dorm. But then after that first year ended, I had to go to an apartment because like the dorms were for first year, second year you do apartment. So I moved into an apartment, and then during school, my dad was like, I'll pay for it, but during summer you have to pay for yourself. So I had to get a job during the summertime. So I had a job as well while trying to make. I worked for this charity. I was like their film person, so like I would go to their charity events. And
I thought you were gonna be a spokesman for a charity. I was like, I cannot imagine Bennett as the face of a charity.
I was their like film student, so like I would go to their charity events and record it, and then make edits for them so they could promote and try and raise money and stuff.
That's
but like,
wholesome.
Did you make it YouTube-y?
no, like I
Can this charity raise?
No, I wasn't
$100
YouTube
this week?
smart back then, but I would take my laptop to work and then make their videos and then work on mine. So I was still like, I started getting, that's when I like got into like caffeine and stuff. Cause I was sleeping like 4 or 5 hours a day, but cause I was also I was uploading like every 3 days Fortnite videos, and I was like barely sleeping, trying to just upload. Then I still really didn't figure it out. I don't think I've ever figured out, still don't think I've figured out YouTube. I'm just, I think the videos I'm uploading now are my favorite things I've ever done in my life.
You said that a lot of your faith came from believing in God. Were you religious growing up, or when do you think you became more devoted?
Well, I've always believed like
Bennett's just finding everything to grab and juggle with.
I mean, I've prayed every night before bed since my memory goes back.
And did your mom teach you to do that? Or
No,
who?
my yaya, my grandma in Greek. Because I grew up going to Greek Orthodox church. I was baptized Greek Orthodox, and then I would sleep at my grandparents' house every weekend. And they would take me to church with them every Sunday. So and then she always taught me to pray before bed.
The grandparents that fed their pet rabbit.
No, that was like their aunt or whatever.
Oh God,
this was just on a tangent, and we'll come back. But I was at dinner with Bennett, his mom, and Andrea, and his mom told a story about how people on Bennett's side of the family, they didn't like their daughter's pet rabbit. So
no, it's not that they didn't like it. They liked it. It was just time.
They liked eating it. My mom was born in Greece, so my mom's side of the family is very Greek, and they lived in Greece. And my mom, growing up, had cousins who had rabbits. And where my papu, his grandpa, is from, he's from an island on Greece. So like they're like Australia there. They just cook everything and eat everything. So my mom's cousin had a pet rabbit, and one day my mom's aunt said the rabbit ran away, but it turns out the aunt actually cooked it for dinner that night and made them eat it and didn't tell them, and they found out.
Horrifying.
It is horrible. That's like European. That's like every European family before this generation.
I don't know. It's every.
I don't know. The Greeks are something else, man.
But
they didn't have to feed her own.
Yeah, they
pet.
fed her their own pet, which is fucking crazy. And they found out like a year later because they were trying to sneak up on them, like her aunt, to like scare, and they overheard her laughing about how they fed them their own rabbit. Like, I don't know. I just assumed that's like how it was back then. You know, like the Greeks ate like lamb head soup and stuff, and I don't know.
Were you going to Greek Orthodox church? Were you ever scared of God or scared of it? Like, for me, it was a really scary experience for the most part.
Why was it scary for you?
Like, I feared God. Like, it didn't make me... I mean, I prayed and I believed, but there was... Bennett. There was definitely many times that I prayed every night and I was religious, but church more just seemed like a scary thing, as in the hymns and the God. Like, I didn't really understand anything that like the sermons were about, because it's not that I didn't understand Romanian. I spoke Romanian, but I felt like it was really intricate stories that like a young girl's not really going to be interested in, which now, like as an adult, there's a lot of sermons that I'm like, oh, this is really applicable and relatable for everyday life. But this stuff just felt like really intricate and like tangent things. And on top of that, I just heard so many more stories about the punishments, about going to hell and whatnot, that I was just way more afraid of God when I was younger, and it like pushed me away from it. But you as a kid didn't seem to like ever fear anything.
A lot of people get pushed away from God at a young age just because their like parents really try to force them. But I think the whole point of like God and religion, truly like the deep meaning of it, is just to like love people with all your heart. And I feel the people who try to force it on people do the opposite of that and push them away. I think you should just try and love people and be kind to people and be genuine people. I think that's what like God and Jesus truly wants you to do. And then I think that's how you bring people closer to religion and bring people closer to God, is just by spreading love. And then they see that love and they're like, wow, this guy's a really good person. I want to know more about him or be like him. And then, for example, like when I first met Andrea on the dating show, she said she was atheist.
What do you think kissing Andrea would feel like?
Like heaven.
I'm an atheist.
Did I say that?
You said on the dating show.
That's
they might have cut it out,
crazy.
but I said something. You told me you were atheist.
Maybe it was like a dark joke.
It could have been.
I think a part of it was
I
humor.
said something about like angels, and you said you were atheist or
I
something.
think I was just trying to come up with
But
like comebacks.
now you pray with me almost every night and stuff together, and I never forced it on you, and I never like said like, hey, you know, you should really do this or you'll go to hell or something. I just kind of gave you love, and you saw me being myself and doing it, and I think it brought you closer to like do it with me, and I think that's like the best way you can really.
Wait, when I said I was atheist on the show, was it like a red flag at all?
To my friends at the time, yes, but I don't know. I really liked you, and I saw good in you.
You just looked past it.
Yeah. Well,
That's
I
funny.
was
You're
just
like, I can change her.
I think it
well,
was
no, I
definitely
had
a
one of
dark
those. I had one of
humor.
those feelings. I was just like, I don't know. Like, I truly think you're like a gift from God to me. I just had one of those feelings that like it's all gonna be good. You know, like you were like a very good girl. It was just, yeah, I don't know. And I mean, it now worked out very well.
Yeah, I mean, one of the things I wanted to mention is like Bennett not only inspired me on a day-to-day to try to be a better person, try to be like a kinder sister, a kinder friend.
He makes you share your food with me.
He does. Like, it used to be really hard for me to share things with my sister because I'm the younger sibling, and Bennett just, you know, has been forcing that out of me and other things, and I just see how giving he is towards people. And then another thing is, like, Bennett would pray every single night before bed, and I had just never seen that in someone my age. Like, my mom would pray every night before bed, and she'd ask me to pray with her, and I would sometimes, but no one really around me. And then I asked him one night, and I was like, what are you praying about? Because I always thought, like, my grandmother, she lives the life of a nun, and I hear a lot of stories from religion, from like our Romanian family members, and the prayers to me never felt like, oh, this is something that I, like a modern woman, 23 in society, is like really something that I would feel in my soul. And Bennett was like, well, when I pray, I just give thanks for everything I'm grateful for, whether it was like something that happened that day or like my family or work going well. And then I pray for all my family members. I pray for my mom, for her family. I pray for my friends. I pray for you. I pray for your sister. I pray for your family. And then like I also ask God to like give me the power of the things I want to do, and I want to, which are generally like, you know, all positive things. Like he prays like for our love and for our relationship to grow fonder, and for his things to go well. And I was like, that's actually like, I practice gratitude on a daily basis. Like I have a little journal, and I like constantly try to write about these things, about my family, and saying thanks. And I was like, prayer is actually not that far, but I think it was just the way that prayer was pitched to me before. I thought it was praying like things that I didn't really feel like connected with me, but the way that Bennett made it seem was like so simple and pure. And so I started praying with him. And now it's really sweet because now he mentioned there was, I think, what was it, a famous boxer or a fighter who would pray on his knees. Who's the person who inspired you?
I don't know
Danny Pacquiao?
Well, Manny Pacquiao, but I think it was
Manny Pacquiao, sorry.
I think it was Josh Peck who talked about it on a podcast.
Oh, wow.
How he was talking with George Janko, and I don't know, they just talked about like how they just started praying on their knees and stuff, and felt like they said something, I forget how he worded it, but he just said like Jesus died on a cross, like the least I can do is get on my knees to pray when I speak to them and stuff. And I thought that was really cool. So now I've started also praying on my knees every night before bed. Yeah,
and Bennett, every night he gets on his knees and he prays, and then it motivates me even more. I'm like, because sometimes he'll ask me like sweetly, he's like, did you pray tonight? I was like, I forgot, but I'm gonna do it now. But then I see Bennett on his knees, I'm like, okay, I can do my prayer from my bed at least. So it's like, yeah, it's a nice source of inspiration, and I like seeing it firsthand.
Are you happy that Andrea joined you in this? Did it mean a lot to you?
Yeah, because it's kind of like, I think it's just such like a loving, happy environment, and it's one of those things where it's like you are just grateful and happy when other people are on that path too, or join you on that path. Not even join you on that path, but are just on that path of like love and spirituality and happiness. And I feel like it's also made her a lot of like a better person, better loving person. She seemed a lot more happier since, and I don't know, you're more like happy for the person instead of yourself, you know. And you even said you prayed a couple times too after hearing about Andrea and I.
Yeah, no, hearing the way you guys approach it was really inspiring for me. And I also pray like when hard things happen, or when I'm praying for somebody who's going through something.
Yeah.
But I need to make it more of a routine. Actually, when I was a kid, I prayed every night, and I was taught to. Yeah. And you also kiss the icon and do all those things. I remember when I was a kid, I was always worried if I was laying on my stomach and I farted that I would insult God.
Of
course.
So then I would always roll on my stomach if I needed to fart. And then one day I was like, but if it goes towards God, it must be good. So then I started farting.
Oh my God.
It all comes gifting back. Your farts to the Lord.
Yeah, no, I just remember because it was like something I was really torn about as a kid, and like I would keep waking up in the night and worried that I'd farted out towards God.
It was a gift to the Lord, my farts.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And we've gone full circle.
Up until I was like 15, I would pray before chess games too. And I remember that if someone would see me, I'd be like, don't worry, I'm not praying that you lose. I'm only praying that I play my best.
Yeah, that's like the best, you know, like I would
really
also,
wholesome.
I would pray before everything too. Like every video I've ever recorded, I've also prayed before. Every video, every stream I've ever done, every single
just
thing.
Like when we went golfing and your mom would pray
Oh my
before
God.
each
Yeah.
time
Wait, this
Andrea
is
On
so
to hit
funny.
the ball.
We have to tell a story. So for Bennett's birthday, I planned a birthday golf because Bennett loves to golf, but we do not really golf.
Well, excuse me.
Alex was actually
Alex did pretty good.
Really good. She was.
We should
getting
golf
the hang
more
of it.
often.
I mean, the form looked atrocious.
I have videos. I'll try to put them
No,
while I
no,
talk
no,
about
no.
I have a
this.
really good video. I have the video of where the girls were looking
my-
confused. I didn't record them. I stopped by then, but I still have Alex missing the ball, I think, 20 times
So
in a row.
at one point, I missed the ball 20 times in a row, and there was the junior girls golfing team behind us, and I didn't realize, but they had been watching me just completely confused for a few minutes, and then we had to move on because we were slowing them down.
Well, I think we had like 2 teams build up behind us because Alex missed the ball like 20 separate times. But it was so funny because after she missed the ball like 10 times, she was like whacking at it like a hockey stick, or like it looked like she was trying to dig. It was like Minecraft. She was trying to dig into the soil. But I look in the distance and then there's just team of like these junior girl golf players with like their mouths dropped just staring at her. So they were either Botez live fans or they were just really confused on how somebody could miss a ball that much.
Yeah, when
One
Bennett
or the
told
other.
me this, I was like, I don't think they're fans.
No, I
was
mean,
really funny.
honestly, I was confused. I started getting confused how I could miss so many
Yeah.
times.
It's a hard game, but it's fun.
Every time I would swing after missing it, like just flying straight through the air and like spinning 360, I would start seeing Bennett's mom in prayer. And every time she prayed, I actually made the shot. And at first I was like, this is a funny joke. But I was like, no, this woman is genuinely praying every time I try to hit a golf swing.
She was.
It was that bad.
Because you'd miss it so many
It
times.
was so
And then
bad.
she'd be like, okay, I won't pray. And then Andrea hit it. She's like, well, I admit I prayed again.
I would tell her, I was like, don't pray for this one. And then after like the second, third try, she would be like, I have to pray again. It was really sweet. One thing that I just really admire. So Bennett grew up with divorced parents, and a lot of kids, when they talk about this, it's usually comes from some sort of built up trauma. Like it's not always good and you don't see your mom and dad together, whatnot. But like the way Bennett talked about it was always so healthy for like a couple of reasons, which you can share. But I wanted to speak specifically about your mom. She took a really different approach to raising you that I really respect and admire in her. And she was sharing how when you were in middle school, like 6th, 7th grade, she wanted, what, was that not it?
6th, 7th grade.
What do you
Sorry.
mean? Oh,
Six,
6, 7.
sorry.
Do you know?
Why is 6,
He
7
always
a meme
goes
now?
6, 7. He's
No,
always
but
6,
Keep
7.
going.
It's a meme now.
I don't get
Altman
it.
tweeted about it too.
Oh God,
But what
Sam
is it?
Altman.
In Chicago, there's this 67th Street, and this rapper made a song about 6'7", and like he says 6'7", and like there's a big beat drop, and it's a good song. And then people started making edits to the song of LaMelo Ball playing basketball because his jersey number was 6'7". So whenever he would do like a cool move, the beat would drop and it would go 6'7", and then he would hit the shot. It'd be like the cool TikTok edit. And then there was this one basketball game where this like blonde kid with long hair is watching, and then the guy's filming the basketball game, and then he pans to the kid, and then the little kid goes like 6'7" and screams it, and then it just became the biggest fucking meme ever of this kid saying 6'7" and like blew up. Like, you know, the SCP things, like those monsters, somebody made a like SCP monster of him, and it just became like the most,
What's SCP?
it's like monster stories. Like people
Okay.
make like SCP-100, and it's like this
Oh,
monster,
okay.
like people like turned them into like a creature, and like it just blew the fuck up. And now it's just 6'7" as a meme.
Is 67 your favorite number now?
Yes, but it won't be once the meme dies. I'll have to figure out a new number.
No,
then.
he's been really like committed to this meme. Like everywhere we go, like he'll stop what he's doing. He's like 6, 7, or we're watching a movie and he'll like start turning the volume to 67 just to spam 6, 7. I'm like, this needs to stop. This is enough. I don't care what the meme is about, but I don't care. Okay.
Anyways, you were saying 6th, 7th grade.
Yes. So you were in middle school, and your mom was mentioning that she decided to take a solid 2 years off work. She had built a company for herself so she could work online because she wanted to spend more time with you when she was raising you. And like you were, of course, spending time both sometimes at your dad, sometimes at your mom's. But she realized that she is not there for some of the most pivotal years in your childhood. And obviously, not everyone can make that choice. Like some people are forced to work. But I really feel like part of the reason like you're such an amazing human being is like your mom was like such a great mother and like really spent these years with you. And taking that time off just to be with you when you were in middle school, I thought was such a touching story.
Yeah, I mean, mom and dad's side too.
And dad,
I
of
think
course.
I'm like the luckiest person in the world to where like I don't know, like my whole family's just awesome. Everybody's just super supportive, very nice. My mom was also very loving and taught me to be loving. Like every day at school, she would just tell me to like treat others nicely. I sucked as a kid, it took me a while to like grow up and be a good person, but she always just told me to love people and be very giving. She goes to like the Ottawa soup kitchen every Tuesday or something and just like gives back. Or every Christmas, she would want to go to a soup kitchen instead of like get gifts and stuff. And I've just always been surrounded by her teaching me to like be a very generous and giving person. She said like the best. I don't know, there's this like Tim Robinson quote she would always say. And it was like the best. I don't know how she says it, but I don't know. It's something about giving. She would just always talk about giving. And then like on my dad's side too, like my dad was like Google to me anytime I ever needed anything or like had to figure out anything. I'd always go to him and he would always help me and stuff. So it's like I had very good parents growing up, and they got divorced when I was 5, but they were like still like best friends after that. Like they were very equal. It was like every Friday I would switch houses. Like I would go week. It was 50-50 split. And then my stepmom is also very awesome. And then they all just had like a very good, awesome, genuine, like there was never any toxic family anything growing up. And I think I'm very lucky for that because I don't think many people can say that, especially with divorced parents. Everybody around me has just been very loving.
Was there anything that you maybe didn't realize the value of as a kid until you went into adulthood from the way your parents raised you?
Yeah, well, I mean, I think just like I thought it was just normal growing up that like parents were like good, loving people or like respectful people and stuff. But then it's like as you get older and you hear other people's stories, or it's also like Anya, your guys' roommate, had a really good quote too. Is like it's all like our first time on earth. Like I never thought of it from like my dad's perspective, but it's like imagine like having a kid and like now you just have to take care of this human being. You know what I mean? Like that shit's crazy. Like you can't even blame your parents for maybe fuck it up because it's like how do you do that? So I guess took for granted that like I thought they were meant to be these perfect people and always right and on point. And as I've gotten older, I'm like, damn, like I guess I didn't appreciate how awesome they were until maybe I got older. If that makes sense.
No, I
One
think,
other
I
topic
think that does make sense. That's really sweet.
Thanks.
There was
Alex.
a quote I saw something like that, which is along the lines of, "Don't forget your mom was also a little girl."
Yeah.
And just humanizing your parents more.
Yeah, right. Because when you're growing up, you're like, this is like, I don't know, like you look up to them, like these are like these perfect people, And as you get older, it's like, it's like they like struggled to like raise you and go through all this shit.
Yeah. I know for our parents too, they prioritized us more than anything else.
Yeah.
We've always been their number one priority. And, we didn't have as much financially growing up because they were immigrants who moved here with nothing. But it felt like a very rich childhood because we had so much love and support.
Yeah.
It didn't feel like anything was missing.
Growing up, it's like you expect to be your parents' number one priority. Like, I'm their kid. Like, this is their job. But then as you grow up, it's like, if I had a kid right now, it's like, I wouldn't know how to balance a kid and YouTube at the same time, So it's like,
You'd
it's
have
hard.
the kid in one hand and you'd be
Yeah, I'd be
editing in the
vlogging.
other.
You'd be editing.
Like, it's hard,
Family content.
Right? Yeah, like.
Would you guys ever do family content? Because I'm just saying, Botez family can evolve.
It's hard because it's also like I feel like it kind of forces the kid into that world, and then you kind of like corrupt them, and it's also like having so many eyes on you is so stressful. I can't imagine putting that on like a child. Like imagine like even now, I'll upload a video and get like 1,000 comments like this is fucking awesome. I get one comment talking shit and it pisses me off. Like I can't imagine 9-year-old Bennett dealing with hate comments. So it's like even like any kid. I don't know. I think I would have them in it. I wouldn't make the focus on it. I would still make it my life. But if they happen to like show up or be in it, like kind of the Outdoor Boys, I think did it so well, where he vlogged himself and his journeys, but sometimes he'd be with his family and it was like very genuine and loving and stuff. But then there's like family vloggers who are like making it all about their kids and like giving them all this shit. And it's like, I don't know. I feel like that really fucks up a child. But I think the way Outdoors Boys did it is like very genuine and loving. And then like his son now makes his own videos, but I don't think he ever like forced it or like, I don't know. I think the son just genuinely looked up to his dad and what he did and wanted to do it himself too.
Yeah, I think it's wholesome when the kids are doing it because they're passionate
Because
about it
they
too.
love it and not forced.
Like for example, Hudson Matter and his
Yeah.
dad is Jordan Matter. They have a giant family channel, but Hudson is so passionate about YouTube. It's what he wants to do.
Yeah.
And obviously now he's doing it on his own as well.
Yeah, and I think that's really awesome.
Oh yeah, today's Halloween.
Yeah.
Are you doing anything?
Well, I thought about it and I was like, there's all these Halloween parties, but LA is just so, like, I can't even bring all my friends because I can only get people who are super clouded on the list. And I'm just, bro, you just farted again. I saw you do, like, as
She
you did
jumped.
it.
It was like-
I literally saw you make intense eye contact and then do the deed.
I know you guys planted this before the pod.
I am including
That's
this.
good. That's smart as fuck. Every
You're
time you fart, you put it
nervous.
onto us and be like, I know you guys are trying to make me look like I'm farting.
I know you are.
That's genius.
Oh, God.
Continue.
It's hard when you keep farting. Dude, what the fuck? Okay, I'm actually done.
That's awesome.
This is not awesome. What's wrong with you? I hope I wish the mic picked that. Like, I'm gonna imitate because the
I
mic
felt
probably
it.
doesn't.
It was like a massage
It
chair
was like
over
a.
here.
This
Like-
was like a big grungle. Like, what
Like
the hell?
it vibrated the whole couch.
Oh my god!
Sorry.
I cannot continue like this.
She just had coffee, babe.
I did have coffee. What do you want? I'm sick.
She's
You're not
she-
sick. No, this is you when you're healthy. Don't blame it on the sickness. You're a farty woman.
It's not healthy to keep it inside.
It is. It's bad.
I mean, yeah,
for you.
of course,
You
if I
should let
drink
it out.
coffee, but okay. All right.
Okay,
So-
So what were you saying?
Today is Halloween, and there's all these Halloween parties, but LA is just so annoying, whereas I can only get people listed. They're super clouded, and like, I want to spend it with all my friends. So what we're just gonna do is we're just gonna all hang out at a friend's house, meet around 6 p.m. Maybe we go, maybe not, but honestly, I'm way looking forward to just taking a night off just to hang out with my friends rather than trying to go through all the LA influencer party shit.
I'm so over the party scene. I
Yeah.
do not enjoy it at all anymore. We have so little free time. We had a really nice get together with our friends this week where like Bennett cooked. Thanks again, Bennett. People
guys.
came, we had tacos, and then we all watched a movie. And just hanging out with our actual friends is so much more meaningful and cup filling than going to a party.
My latest journal entries, I've been journaling a lot, and a lesson I really liked from my favorite YouTuber, Madeline RG, is she's talking about, I'm sure this is something she's learned from therapy, but when there's something that really bothers you about yourself, sorry, I lost my train of thought. I have farty and I have Mr. ADHD.
What?
Okay. When there's something that really bothers you about yourself, it's better to let yourself dissect it and like ask yourself where it's coming from rather than ignoring it, because then the smaller voice gets bigger and bigger inside of your head. And sometimes it can be the smallest thing that you just feel like is really big. And often like you'll tie it into your identity because you're kind of letting your ego take over that voice. But if you actually let yourself reason with why you feel that way, you would realize that the thing that you're making yourself feel is not true. And for me, something like, it seems kind of silly, but you know, it's Halloween weekend. Also, this last 2 weeks have been really hard. And like when I got back home from our trip, like our friend passed this week, and like I did not want to move out of bed for 3 days. I didn't want to do anything. And there was all these YouTuber events and all these gatherings, and I was feeling kind of bad about not wanting to go because not a single bone in my body wanted to go for a mix of reason. Like that was one of the reasons. And then the other one was just realizing, and I tried to like actually journal about it, and I was like, why do I feel guilty? Because I feel like, oh, I'm letting people down. Like I'm a lame roommate, I'm a lame friend because I don't want to go out to these parties, but I genuinely would feel so much happier just doing something small. And I was like, well, I think I tied a part of my identity to, oh, you're a creator, you have to show face, you have to network, and that is how you bring important relationships on. But like the truth is, like the small one-on-one hangouts with the people I really care about, to me, is so much more meaningful that I know that's not true, but I was kind of inflicting myself, telling myself like, oh, you're unsocial and you're uncool and you're 23 and you should be wanting to do all these things. But I realized like, no, actually how I would rather spend my time is way more valuable to me. And for like the thing that I was making myself feel like I'm lacking is actually not lacking, but is actually more there because I'm letting myself like pursue it in more intimate things. That was my journal entry of this week.
No,
That was really long.
I think it's a really good takeaway, and I saw a post from Emma Langevin. If you guys don't know her, she's a creator and a streamer, and she posted on her story because there's been a lot of Twitch drama lately.
Yeah.
About how, you know, for collabs, a lot of people try to go for somebody who's bigger than them or something like this, when really it feels so much more wholesome and real when you're just doing content with your friends or with my brother-in-law, your boyfriend, who accepts my farts, and that means
I love
a
her
lot.
farts.
Bennett,
No, honestly, that's like probably one of my favorite things about Andrea is that like, also like to all the ladies out there, this is probably like the biggest turn on to like any guy that also has a lot going for them or has good intentions, is like the fact that you would rather hang out at home or do something small or get your work done or sleep at a reasonable time so you could wake up and have a better day tomorrow than like go out to the club or go party or go to the bar every weekend. Is like my favorite fucking thing ever, because I also would so much rather do something at home with like good people or just work or do something small with each other or spend time with each other at home instead of fucking going to a club and drinking or stuff or getting fucked up or, you know.
Yeah, so I brought you guys to one of my friends' farmhouse.
Best time ever.
And it was my friend group in LA, and I knew that Andrea and Bennett would also really get along with them. So we basically went for a weekend to my friend's farmhouse. We all hung out. It was really wholesome. It was like a group of friends that, like, some of the activities we did, it honestly sounds like we're old people, but we would take a long walk together to the top of the hill, and then we would stay and do a little meditation and talk about like what we're working on, what we appreciate. And then we'd go back, and then we'd all eat together and like just spend time doing really wholesome things. And the entire weekend was completely sober. And I remember Bennett, you saying like, oh, like this is so cool that like you could just be with people and enjoy their presence and you don't need something more. And I think a lot of these LA parties, especially when I go, like, you know, I'm don't really drink anymore, but occasionally when I go to one of those parties, like it's so hard for me to enjoy it or to be social that I feel like I need a little social lubricant. And I realize like the reason you need to do things like drinking is because it's something that you wouldn't enjoy without it, which is a really bad sign, versus when you're just hanging out with your friends and it doesn't feel like you need anything.
Like the hangout we all did like a couple days ago, we cooked and made a dinner for everybody, and then we all hung out and then watched a movie together, and it was like the best time ever. And I would rather do that 10 times over than like go out to a bar with that group or go out to a party or and just not like, and I don't know, it's just I love like genuine connection, genuine hangouts with good people instead of forcing yourself to go do other stuff. And maybe I'm just socially awkward, but I don't know, I love the stuff that we do and prioritize.
Yeah, I think specifically that farmhouse weekend, one of our friends, our guy friends there, was talking with his college buddies, and they were like, oh, we're just all taking 3 days off, we're boating, we're playing with animals, we're meditating. And they're like, oh, like, what drugs are you guys doing? Because, like, he doesn't drink. And he's like, nothing, we're all sober. And, like, the guy's reaction was like, what? Are you crazy? And it really says something when, if you were to, I didn't drink a sip of alcohol that weekend. I guess we got wine at dinner, but, like, that was
one glass
dinner.
of wine that was supposed to complement
so
the
I'll
meal.
stick to it. So, yeah, I didn't drink a sip of alcohol that week. And it was to the extent where I felt like drinking would actually take away from being in the moment, because we were all so like present and having like conversations and like appreciating each other that I didn't really want to be in a state of mind where like I feel less present, because the present feels so good. And I obviously think that's where a lot of people's problems with alcoholism derive, because obviously the present is not so good. So that was a really wholesome lesson. And I've also genuinely never felt better not drinking. And this was the thing that I was coping with this week, because I was like, am I a lame 23-year-old? I prefer staying in. I don't like going to parties. I don't like drinking anymore. I'm like, I should be in my prime, and I should be like, I'm a DJ and we're creators and I should be romanticizing this image. And I would feel guilty because I was like, does this make me lame? But I really think like life's been so much more fulfilling, and I don't feel guilty about it anymore.
I think it makes you the coolest fucking person ever. I think like the fact that you don't care to go out and party all the time and you would rather stay in and rather get to bed at a good time so you can wake up at a good time the next day and work out and have a good productive day is like the biggest turn on ever. Like that's like
Thanks,
the coolest thing ever. I think it makes you the complete opposite of lame.
This leads me to my last question that I wrote for you is we met December of last year. So in a couple months, it'll be a year.
Mm-hmm.
How do you think you've changed since last year, since before we've met?
Oh, I'm the happiest I've ever been in my life. Before you, I was very miserable for like a really solid like 6-month period. I was stressed every single day, just working on shit that really I wasn't as passionate about as I am now. And it was kind of like after meeting you and being with you, I've just been the happiest I've ever been in my entire life. And I'm working towards things that I truly feel are fulfilling to me and align with what I want. And I've just also become such a more loving person as well, because I feel like you and Alex and the people you guys have introduced me to and surrounded me with have also been such a lot. Like you guys, a lot of people, I think, with your guys' success, and I know you guys have like struggled with this in the past, but you've gotten so good at it, is like you feel like you're almost like forced to surround yourself with like people in the industry, or like even if they're toxic people, but you guys have done such like a good job of only surrounding yourself with like dope, genuine people. Like there's not been a single person you guys have introduced me to that's been your friend that I'm like, I think that I haven't thought is like such an awesome person. Like Alex's birthday, we rented a house and we all just hung out with our closest friends. It was the best birthday I've ever been to my entire life, because every single person there was just such a dope, genuine person. And we just rented a house and played games, talking to each other, and had genuine conversations again. And all the people were so like awesome, mature, and just really good hearted people. And I feel like surrounding myself with you guys and all the people you surround yourself with has also made me such a better person and a better good hearted person as well. And has made me prioritize more love instead of focusing more on other worldly things that don't matter as much. And I think it's also made my relationship with God a lot better too. And I've gotten closer with God since being with you, babe, and surrounding myself with you guys, because you guys have just shown me how important love and like genuine connection is. And before that, I was more prioritizing worldly things like success and money. And now I've put love and God over those things, and my life has been just exponentially better.
Aw. What has changed in the last year, Missy?
Well, I feel like we already talked about it. Like I think,
Well,
for
I would
example,
like to hear it again.
okay, the only reason I didn't answer is because I think I've said it already I've said it a lot. But obviously, you know, habits like trying to be more selfless and caring for family and friends more and thinking about other people more than I think about myself, and trying to pray every day. And so those are pretty obvious. That just kind of shows, like, I would say even like morally, I've become a stronger person. But aside from that, because I think I already kind of talked about those, before Bennett, would always have to kind of, what's the word? Like stimulate myself with a lot of experiences that were a lot more empty. And I genuinely didn't really feel happy with myself at the end of the day. And so that's what all these distractions were for. Whether that was like going out and having empty conversations and having to numb yourself through it, or having to drink because you're not actually enjoying people's company, but these are just the people that I knew in LA. So it was often kind of just like feeling numb because I didn't really feel happy just being. And now I get so much happy. Like that's why I love going to bed early and I love waking up early, because I want to make the most of the day, because I'm so like, I used to, everything I would do would be late at night. But now I like being at my full potential, and I like being in my best state of mind. So I think I've also just been enjoying life a lot more, and I feel like a new sense of clarity where I don't really have to numb myself to sit with myself and to think through things, but I actually enjoy the process of like getting to know myself on a deeper level and working on all these things. So yeah, that would be the deeper part of it. Aside from, I think, just genuinely being a better person and like being a better person to family and to friends.
Unrelated, but related. So Jason the Ween just broke Ludwig's record in
For
terms
subs?
for subs.
Cool.
For the subathon. And he had a pinata of Ludwig's face that he hit
Oh my
with
God.
a pen,
That's so
which I
funny.
thought, do you guys really need to do that? But
Jesus.
anyway, he had Ludwig on the stream, and Ludwig is giving him some unk wisdom, as
Yeah.
a friend saying. I think I can say that because I'm older than Ludwig. And Ludwig talked about how he actually got really depressed after the subathon because he was
when he did it.
yeah, after, because like he was really attached to the subs and the views, and then he realized that like your relationships are all that really matter.
Yeah.
And I think even for really ambitious people, you go through this cycle where you keep pushing yourself more and more for these external work values.
Yeah.
And then everybody comes to the same conclusion of like what actually makes you happy is the people who you have in your life. And I think we all know that it should be number one, but then we get caught in the day to day, and it's really hard to prioritize that. But at least surrounding ourselves with people who share this value is really helpful.
Very helpful. I think what's helped me too is I've learned to I've learned, for me personally, I've now put like God and like love and like family over everything else, like even work related. And honestly, it's it's just made, since prioritizing that more, it's honestly made my work better, but it's also made my happiness so much more. And I've been, sorry, I brain farted.
No, take your
You
time.
Alex, you brain Alex.
I brain Alex.
Okay,
There was
we're
a
not
point in our
doing that.
relationship when someone would fart, we would say, "Did you just Alex?"
We did
That's
start saying
fucked
that.
up,
Yeah.
Andrea.
Yeah, we did do that for a bit.
Sorry, continue.
That clearly traumatized them both.
Just not, since, I don't know, it's like, since I've put God in love and family over worldly things, I've been so much more fulfilled in everything I've been doing, because I haven't given the things I've been doing power. Like they don't stress me out as much. And it's like, I feel like that's also made my happiness better, my mental better, and then also the stuff I create way better too, because I'm in such a nice, clear headspace to create and make cool stuff. And I think just my life in general has been so much better since doing that. That makes sense.
Okay, guys, so it is Halloween, and I've prepared a tier list of our best costumes from Bennett, myself, and Andrea that I thought would be fun to finish on a light note.
Deal.
All right, so for our first clip, we have Hooters Bennett.
Yeah.
Have you seen this one, Andrea?
Oh, I remember when I started having a crush on Bennett, I stalked all of his photos because I just wanted to see more of him. And I remember coming across this one, and it didn't turn me off. If anything, it turned me more on.
Which is surprised. I feel like that's how you know we're meant to for each other. If that also, like,
honestly,
this is
it's
when
a
I
great
went through
photo
like a
of you.
phase where I slicked my hair back, and it was
Wait,
so
show
bad.
Bennett the close-up.
I don't know why anybody let me do this.
I think you looked great with the slick
The
back.
slick back was so bad.
Like, I've seen some
It was a
questionable
phase.
photos, but you look great
I
in this
watched
photo.
the video, and at some point, a family is walking next to them, and they cross the street just to not be on the same sidewalk.
Usually what happens.
I don't know, Bennett. I think you should have brought this back for Halloween.
Yeah, I actually think
I'm just
for our
sad you
hangout,
didn't
you
wear
should be
big
wearing
fake
this.
boobs as well.
I know. I should have added boobs.
I think the outfit was kind of flattering on you. Like, I feel
Thank
like
you.
it
Surprisingly
kind
looks
of
good.
Yeah. Honestly, like, I would give this S tier.
No,
because
this is B at most.
I think
Hooters Bennett is B at most.
I think it shows off your physique, and I think
Yeah,
it kind of
of a-
suits
It
you, to
shows
be
off your
honest.
happy trail.
Yeah, it shows an
I
ironing
love
board.
the little giant hairy belly button.
I'm Greek.
It's really funny. And I also think the slick back hair completes I think that if you had your hair more grown out, it wouldn't sell the look as much.
Yeah.
I feel
Yeah,
like
I wouldn't
everything
look
on
as
this
much of a
look was
predator.
just perfect.
We look at your hair and we're like, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, now you look more like a Justin Bieber, but then
I kind
you
of
could
agree
be
with
the male
Andrea. I
face
think
of
this is
Hooters.
S
That's
tier.
that
and you
can't
should
be S.
bringing it back for Halloween.
B max.
Okay, so since Andrea and I say S, you say B, we'll put it in A.
That sounds fair. If you are enjoying today's episode, first of all, thank you, Bennett, our family member,
Bennett, thanks
for
coming.
taking and
course,
coming
guys.
on today. Before this tier list gets really juicy, we are going to continue ranking costumes from my sister and I
and Bennett over on the Patreon. So get to the Patreon. There's a link in the description below. We also have a Discord that you can join where we chat with our community members. We give and get suggestions. We talk about upcoming guests and you get other BTS. So join the community. Thank you guys for listening to the episode and we'll see you guys next week.